कहते हैं, when a knowledgeable person speaks, the wise ones listen. कमाल की बात Knowledge series is the latest in our pursuit of learning more from the people who know it the best.
So, you all know this, that the principal binding material for concrete today is Portland cement. And I don't think in the foreseeable future we can ever identify anything else that is going to replace cement completely. However, we do use a lot of supplementary cementitious materials. These are materials that are used for partial replacement of the cement. The principal ones being fly ash, slag, silica fume, calcined clay, ground limestone, which is mostly inert, but it has some interesting chemical characteristics. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We also use, in some situations, agricultural ashes like rice husk ash or sugarcane bagasse ash. And in some cases, when it's available, volcanic ashes have also been used as cement replacement. Burnt shale, again, where it's available, could be a useful replacement for cement and function well as a supplementary cementing material. So let's first look at strength. So if you look at the cube compressive strength for the M30 mixes, which are here, this is a 1 year data, mind you, this is 1 year. At 28 days, all of them achieved the M30 characteristic, but you can see very clearly that the fly ash based system had a lower strength gain rate. But by 1 year, all of the cements are at the same level. So there's not much difference. Similarly, you see the effects of the M50 concrete. You see that by 1 year, it's not got much difference. Okay, so essentially all the concretes which were designed for the structural grades ended up getting the right grade. Okay, the only thing that was noticeable with LC3 was a higher rate of strength development. Now, at the same level of cement content and water binder ratio, once again there was some difference in the levels of early strength. Now, one of the ways to determine durability of concrete is the resistivity. The more resistive the concrete, the less connected the pores in concrete are. And this picture directly gives you a sense of how much more resistive concrete with LC3 is. So your OPC has a resistivity of only about 10 to 20. Your fly ash concrete is getting upwards of 50 by very late age of curing, 90 days of curing. And this resistivity is being measured here by the simple device called Wenner 4Pro resistivity meter. But within the same water binder ratio, when you compare the chloride profiles, that means the amount of chlorides that have accumulated at different depths, you clearly see here in this result that compared to OPC, which has a much higher level of chloride penetration, fly ash had lower chloride penetration and LC3 had very low chloride penetration as compared to the OPC. And from this, solving this equation, you get a value for what is called the diffusion coefficient or apparent diffusion coefficient to chlorides.
Let's put into practice everything that we've learned here today. क्योंकि knowledge है तो possible है. ACC help.